Okay, today I'm going to show you how to change the gasket in this Kenmore water softener. I was having the problem of water staying in the salt tank and not draining. So it's really simple. In fact, most of the things in this water softener should be pretty easy to change yourself. There's not really that much to it. So basically you have to take this part of the softener off. There's two little clips here. Kind of lift those out and then it kind of hooks on the back there. So I'm going to do that and come right back. Okay, so I've removed the little hood there, and really when I first opened this I was expecting to find a bunch of pumps and everything, but there's nothing like that. There's just this kind of one little kind of a motorized clock mechanism, which its only purpose, it just kind of rotates and changes the direction of water flowing through all these different tubes and things. And that's all it does. There's no pumps. It just works purely off of water pressure. So this little tube right here, connection here, that the water goes this way to fill up your tank, and then it goes the other way through the same tube. When it kind of sucks it out of the brine, the salt water comes out and it gets put in through here, and then it goes into the resin tank. So it comes through the same tube, which is kind of interesting. And all the stuff, all the magic kind of happens in this one little part right here. And all you have to do is take this part out, take the little pieces out. There's like 10 little pieces in there. Just kind of wash it in warm water. And then the gasket's in there as well. That obviously, if it's gone bad, you have to replace that. And it costs me like $19 on Amazon. All right. So the first thing you need to do is bypass everything, and you just push this thing in like that. That's it. It's all bypassed. We don't want water squirting out at us. And you just take this little thing, just use your hand. If you've never taken it off, it might be a little tough, so kind of hold on to the bottom with one hand and twist it with the other. It's because you don't want to break anything in there. So obviously, if the water's going this way, it's pretty easy to understand. It's just, it just comes through here and it goes straight right down there. To go the opposite way without using any pumps or anything, it's kind of ingenious. What happens is it shoots water into here, I'm assuming through a different tube, and it creates a vacuum inside here. And when it creates the vacuum, it causes suction through this part, and it pulls the salt water up through here, and then back through this housing here, and then into the resin tank, which is behind that. So there's really not much to this thing. You see this little screen thing at the top. Just kind of pull it out. So there's a rubber gasket around here. There's a little plastic part there, and then the screen part. So 3 different pieces there. We'll set those aside. And then you got this. This is the nozzle and venturi part. And you can see this little flow plug right here. And this one right here is the larger one. So remember that, it's kind of important. So basically, there's a hole in the middle which is a little bit larger than the other one that we're going to see. Just going to put that aside. And then here, let's see. It helps to have like just a little tiny screwdriver that you can use to just kind of lifts out. Now notice that hard to do with one hand, but notice that there's a little screen thing right there. That comes right off. It's just sitting on there, but because of pressure, it kind of adheres to it. So take that out, and this is the part that went bad that I had to replace. Now you can already see a little bit of the grooves from the venturi part is being impressioned on this thing, because it was perfectly flat when I bought it. That was only a couple days ago. That, and then the other flow plug, so I was telling you about the one with the larger hole, is down at the bottom. It comes right out. You can use a little screwdriver to take it out. I'm not going to take it out, but the hole's a little bit smaller, and that's really important because remember, all this stuff is based on water pressure and the direction of the water, so it has to be able to go one direction or not, and you don't want to get those two confused, because as you can see, they're almost exactly the same. And there is writing on them. It's really hard to see, but I just recommend when you take them out, just keep them well apart, especially after you take them out and wash them and stuff. Make sure you do them separately so you can keep them independent. So here's the one that was in the water softener. You can see those grooves and canals are pretty well imprinted on this thing. Compared to this guy, which is the new one, those things are just starting to go, because it is resting against this thing. And as you can see, these little canals and everything cut in here are pretty shallow. So it really doesn't take much of that rubber gasket to kind of press inside these canals and stop everything from flowing. So putting it all back together, pretty easy. Make sure I put the new one in there. See, you don't want to forget this guy. Get him seated in that little thing. Get the rubber gasket seated right. And you want to make sure that the number that says 70 on their numbers facing up. You put this guy back in like that. And then these pieces are still together, so you can put that guy there like that. This guy in there like that. Make sure it's all kind of seated properly. And then, oh, I forgot to add that to clean out the flow plugs, those little black round things, just use a paper clip, and then you can go through the hole in the center and take out any pieces. And on the venturi too, you want to make sure that there's no dust, dirt particles or anything are in there. So it'll happen when you wash them all in water, hot water. That's it. And you just stick this thing back on. Hand tighten it. Undo the bypass. Put the lid back on and you're done. So hopefully that'll save you from buying a new one or from having a guy come out. Really, there's not much to it. You could buy, if this is blocked, the little animation on the website, on the Sears website, Kenmore website, kind of goes through everything. But you can take that off, and that tube is the one that kind of goes all the way down through here into this place where the float is. So that can be replaced. If the float's bad or whatever, you can replace that. It's all pretty easy. Wouldn't require any tools or anything. And this whole piece right here just pulls right out. Nothing to it. So, and then the exit, where it dumps the water out can be replaced pretty easily. It's all, no special tools or anything. So really, as long as this thing's turning and there's no problems inside here, it's a pretty easy fix. And even, I haven't done it before, but you can take this out with just a screwdriver and look inside there, and if there's any broken pieces or debris or something, you can change that as well. So there's really not much to a water softener, and you should be able to do much yourself. And even if you had to replace the whole thing, there's really these two things. If you got the same exact model, it'd be pretty darn easy. You just take these things off, take that off, take it away, you know, unhook it, take it away, and put the new one in, and it, you know, really nothing, no magic to it. So hopefully you can save yourself some money. All right, good luck. Bye.